Hi again, Northmont friends, all my kinder friends. This is Mrs. Rutledge, and with yet another video to go with our Unit 8 and Week 2. And one of the pages in your packet, oops, sorry about that. One of the pages in your packet is page 231, and it looks like this. And it has to do with something called ordinal numbers. And ordinal numbers is spelled like that. And if you think about ordinal, you might think of a word in that word that sounds familiar, like ordered. Ordinal numbers means order, the order of how things are. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we put things in order to make ordinal numbers. All right, so I drew a couple of shapes here to start us off with. So we have a circle, triangle, square, rectangle, and an oval. Now, if I were talking about the order and I asked a question like, what is the first shape? If we're going from left to right, like how we read, what would be the first shape in our row of shapes? Did you say the circle? If you did, you're right. The circle would be the first shape, and we can show that with a number 1 and an abbreviated ST. This means first, like when you're the first in line. It's the first shape. We spell it first, like that. And so the circle would be first, and then the triangle would be second. And we can write it with a number 2 and a little ND abbreviation, or we can write it as a word, second. First, second, and then the square would be third. Did you know that? And we can write it with a 3 and then an RD, abbreviated for third, or we can write the word third. Sometimes your teacher might say things like, the first thing we're going to do is cut out our paper or whatever we're working on. Next, or second, we're going to glue these things together, right? So you hear these words a lot when your teacher's talking and giving you directions. So first, second, third, and then our rectangle would be fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would write it like this. Fourth. It's the fourth shape in the row. And we can write it FOURTH. Fourth. And our last shape is an oval. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, with a number 5 and a TH for fifth. And we can write fifth. Yeah. Down here at the bottom, I have people waiting in line, like they're waiting in line to go on a ride. Maybe they're at Disneyland, or maybe they're waiting in line to get into a new movie. They're going to see a movie. So as you'll notice, the people are all they're facing this direction, right? So like here is the beginning. So instead of the beginning being over here, now the beginning is on this side. So which person in the row is the first person? This guy? No. Did you say this guy? Yeah, this guy would be the first. And then if we go to the next person in line, this lady would be the second. The little boy would be the third. This man would be the fourth. And this little girl would be the fifth. Yeah, so it kind of depends on how the objects or things have been put on the page, so you have to pay close attention. Most of the time, it's going to be from left to right that you look at the page. So then on this page you're going to be doing, you'll see up here at the top has a row of kids waiting in line. And it says to put a marker on the child in the second location, or who is second in line. So when they say things like put a marker on it, they're not meaning like you just lay a marker on it. They're meaning to take a pencil or crayon or something and basically circle. So you're going to circle who is the second person in that line. Kind of like how we did down here, but they're all facing that direction. So they're facing over here. So it's going to be a little different. Down here you have a row of cars, and they want you to put a marker or circle the car that's in the fifth location. So if you're going from left to right, you're going to count which car is the fifth car and circle it. And then down here you have some birds sitting on a wire, and they want you to circle the bird in the first location, or circle the bird that's first. And if you notice, the birds are all facing, again, this direction. So if you're going to start with that one. So there you go. Now you know how to do that page. All right, good luck with your ordinal numbers.